Ito ang balita ngayon, trending at pinag-uusapan ngayon sa mundo ng social media. Ang di umano'y balita matapos ang tila pananahimik patungkol sa pagtapyas ng budget ng Office of the Vice President, Senado at ilang mga senador. Tila pumalag na at binasag na ang katahimikan at nagsalita na at nagpahayag umano ng kanilang layunin na dagdagan ng pondo ang Office of the Vice President ayon kay former Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri. Kabilang aniya sa mga ito ay sina Senator Joel Villanueva at Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Pero bago ang lahat, kung bago ka pa lamang sa aming channel, please huwag kalimutang mag-like, subscribe at i-click ang notification bell para mas maging updated ka palalo sa lahat pa ng bagong video na i-upload namin. At eto na nga mga kababayan, tila di pa rin natitiyak kung ano ang magiging kapalaran ng budget ng Office of the Vice President sa Senado. Ngunit ilang mga senador ang nagpahayag ng kanilang intensyon na taasan ang pondo ng ahensya para sa taong 2025. Posible nga di umanong taasan sa Senado ang 700 milyong pesong budget ng Office of the Vice President para sa taong 2025. Ito ang inilahad ni dating Senate President Senator Juan Mig Zubiri sa kapihan sa Senado Forum araw ng Huwebes. Sinabi ni Senator Zubiri na bagamat wala pang nagaganap na final na pag-uusap ay maugong sa Senado ang mga balita patungkol sa budget ng Office of the Vice President para sa susunod na taon.
We have several colleagues that already said that they want to increase the budget allocation. I think it's Senator Joel Villanueva and Senator Jinggoy Estrada. So we'll just wait for the final outcome and we'll be discussing it on the floor. It's too premature at this point in time to say what should happen and what will happen.
Kasunod nito ay binanggit din niya na may mga senador na nais dagdagan ang budget ng Office of the Vice President. Ngunit hindi niya tiyak kung gaano kalaki ang halaga. Ang tinutukoy ni Zubiri ay ang 733.1 milyong pesong inaprubahan ng Kamara.
Yung 700 million na in-approve ng House, darating sa amin yan 700 million eh. 700 million. So yung appetite ng ibang senador dito sa Senado is dagdagan pa ng konti.
Kung ating matatandaan noong September 12, inirekomenda ng Kamara na bawasan ang iminungkahing budget ng Office of the Vice President mula 2 billion pesos ay gagawin na lamang itong 733 million peso. Ito ay nabawasan ng 1.29 billion pesos o 70% sa kabuuan ang nawala nito.
Hindi ko masabi yun. Yan ang usap-usapin lang ng nandun. Hindi ko nakausap. And the best person to ask there is the chairperson of her or the chairperson of the Finance Committee, which is Senator Grace Poe.
Samantala, hindi naman mapigilan ng marami sa ating mga kababayan na magbigay ng kanilang hinaing at komento sa mundo ng social media. At ayon pa sa kanila, sayang ang maitutulong ng OVP satellite offices sa mga nangangailangan. Inilapit ng OVP sa taong bayan ang opisina nila para mapabilis ang pagtulong sa mamamayan. Pero pinatigil lang ng ilang kongresistang nagpapanggap na makabayan. They are intentionally ignoring the fact na di na kailangang mamulitika ng VP, especially na siya ang may pinakamataas na boto na nakuha in the last election. Kilala na si VP ng mga tao. Ang true purpose ng OVP, i-wider reach ng services dahil ito naman ang mandate na sinumpaan niya. Grabe talaga ang mga buaya sa Kongreso. Sana'y huwag makalimutan ng mga tao ang kanilang ginagawang kabulastugan. Grabe ka, inggit ni Martin. Kahit magtumbling pa siya, di pa rin siya mabango sa tao kasi walang puso ang umiiral. Puro kaplastikan. Active lang yan ngayon kasi need pa nilang magpabango. Pero pag nakuha na nila ang gusto nila, ewan ko lang kung may paganyan pa. Huwag naman sanang matanggal ang mga satellite office ng OVP. Maayos kasi ang mga empleyado ng OVP at saka mabilis pa sila magtrabaho. Di ka pahihirapan nila kahit sa pag-process sa mga assistants. Thanks Office of the Vice President of the Philippines. At nakaka-avail po ang father ko ng medical assistant. Dito lang sa office na ito ang the best ang public service sa medical assistance. Alam mo bakit pinag-inita ng OVP budget in its satellite offices? Kasi nga alam nila na maganda ang impact ng OVP social services. The HORs are treated that it will strengthen Inday. If it were not for Inday, hindi magiging closer sa mga ordinaryong mamamayan ang serbisyo na kailanman ay hindi nangyari sa mga previous VPs. Unquote.
Something that I'm very sure that House Speaker Martin Romualdez hates the idea of, na binabanggit at nabanggit muli ni VP Inday yung hold ni Speaker Martin at ni Congressman Zaldico over the budget. Kasi she had talked about ito nga, pag magde-deliberate pa daw ba ang Senado and patatawag siya, thank you kay Richard Ramos, papatawag siya, handa naman daw silang pumunta, but ultimately when it comes to the BICAM, it will still be the tandem of Martin and Zaldi. So, nabanggit yon. But the thing that makes me realize that, wait, she's fighting back, although she's not using harsh words, she's not using fighting words, but she is fighting back. She is showing resistance. Thank you kay June. Notice, okay? Notice na binaklas niya. She said that, this is what I anticipate. The Congress has 2 tracks. The first track is, yun nga, yung sa impeachment, and the second track is resignation. So, yung first track, obviously, andyan na sina Franz Castro, andyan si Senator Trillanes, andyan yung ibang mga kongresista, and chipping away, supposedly, or bakbak ng bakbak pagdating dun sa budget niya. And what she has said is simply this, ito yung submission, kung ayaw nyo, tiwag. Yun, although in a far, far more respectful way. Pero the second track is to try to shame her into stepping down. So muli, nagkaroon ng hearing dun sa Committee on Good Governance at sinasabi nila doon na they presented a witness who has not yet been verified according to VP Inday. So ang sinasabi niya is, bakit ka mag-hearing? Pero yung witness, dun mo palang hinahanap, dun mo palang tinitesting yung kanyang testimony. Dun kayo nagtatanong, tapos nag-fishing sila. So, di ba matagal na natin sinasabi ito. They'll just put anybody on there, they'll ask questions, baka sakaling makabingwit sila ng ikakaso o i-issue o kontrobersiya dito kay VP Inday. Siyempre, nakalimutan ko yung termos ko. So, kumbaga, they just keep coming up with things. So, papaso na yung budget, magde-decide na po, or nagde-decide na nga po ang plenaryo tungkol dun sa budget ni VP Inday. And in fact, about the whole GAA, paso na yung issue na yon, tapos na yon. In the same way, tapos na yung issue ng confidential funds, masok na sila dun sa budget, na iwasan yung buong opportunity na gamitin yung budget hearings para bakbakan siya. Privilege speech naman ang isang kongresista, tapos yun po ang dinidiscuss ngayon doon sa Committee on Good Governance. And dito sa committee, nakahanap sila ng at least one disgruntled employee. Thank you kay Jokno. At yan naman ngayon ang ginagamit para either to shame her into resigning or to push the idea, thank you kay Jokno, times 3, to push the idea of impeachment. Ma'am Joan, thank you very much. Kuracha, thank you. And kay Wins Marasigan, maraming salamat po. Antonia, kay Jing uli, kay, oh my goodness, bilis dito eh. Antonina Villamor, maraming salamat po. Okay, next. Is there a chance, sabi ni Fire, thank you kay Kuracha at kay Roman, na maibalik ang original na proposed budget ng OVP pagdating sa Senado? Look, the Senate doesn't overrule the House. The Senate and the House have to concur. That's why there's a BICAM. So, you decide the chances based on what you think is going to be the outcome of the BICAM. Sinasabi na nga ni VP Inday, thank you kay Dan Lozada, at Lynn Canlas times 5. Sinasabi na nga ni VP Inday, ang may hawak talaga pagdating na rin sa BICAM ay si Martin Romualdez at saka si Zaldico. So yung mga tanong ninyo, is there a chance? Is there a chance? Unang-una, you're asking about odds. So we cannot determine the odds really, but the VP has made her opinion very clear na pagdating sa budget, Martin Romualdez and Zaldico lang yan. She has taken into consideration the Senate. She has taken into consideration the BICAM. Okay? Abi ni Julian's World. Yeah. Same lang si Gloria at si Castro. Si Gloria witness na may maraming kaso pala. Si Castro convicted na pwedeng magtanong sa Kongreso. Same birds flock together. Wait. Okay, thank you kay Wins times 4. Okay, wait. Let's be fair. Unang-una. Ano ba yung requirements para maging witness? Thank you kay Wins times 7 at kay Lynn Canlas. Ano requirements para maging witness? Witness, use the term witness. So ang witness is a person who appreciates, who has appreciated or has appreciated an event using their senses. Okay, an event, a person, and so on. So you're an eyewitness if you see something happen. You're an ear witness if you hear something that has happened. Nakalagay ba doon na requirement na wala kang kaso para maging witness ka? Hindi din. Okay. But ang sinasabi dito ni VP Inday is there is motivation for her. Lalong-lalo na magka-count yung motivation na yon dun sa pagtitimbang natin ng ebidensya ng testimony. Yung testimony niya is evidence. And therefore, motivation is going to be a factor in determining whether or not this person is telling the truth. However, the best evidence will be what substantiates it. Okay, now witness mo, nakita mo. If there is something in addition to your testimony that substantiates it, mas mabigat. So, she was trying to use the envelopes. Ang problema, there is no chain. There is no chain of evidence. There is no record of how it changed hands. It came from the USEC, it came from the SEC or whoever. Kailangan ma-establish yung chain of evidence na yun. Kailangan rin ma-establish yung purpose. Kasi nag-allege siya ng corruption eh. Pero hindi niya masabi, she didn't even know what was in the envelopes. And she didn't inquire as to what was in the envelopes or what the motivation was for giving her those envelopes. In short, it's a story with too many holes. It isn't conviction or even the fact na may mga kaso siya that makes her not so, well, it adds to the lack of credibility. But to become a witness, hindi po nire-require na wala kang kaso. Okay? What is important is the appreciation. Unfortunately, yung appreciation nga niya, limited. She did not speak to the secretary about it, or the VP. Her interactions with the undersecretary were very limited kasi she's trying to look good eh. Nagpapakita siya na, ay, hindi ko alam yun naman yan. Ay, I just put it away. Hindi siya interesado. Bubuksan niya yun kung mukhang pera siya eh. Di ba? Parang ganun ang pinapalabas niya dun sa kwento niya. But because nagkasalu-salungat na yung kwento niya, trying to avoid some pitfalls, nagmukhang pansit canton na yung kanyang and there is no logical progression in her testimony. So yun po yun, hindi yung wag po natin ibabash ang mga tao because they have cases, kasi kung may kaso ka, it doesn't necessarily mean na guilty ka. In the same way na kung may notice of disallowance ka, hindi necessarily ibig sabihin na tinago mo yung pera, ninakaw mo yung pera, you misuse the money. No, you have to finish the process. So yung mga having cases, that is not a reason for us to bash anybody, kasi anybody can have cases. We can file cases no matter how badly constructed your case is. So magkakakaso yung tao na yun. Okay, next. Thank you kay Curacha uli, kay Ronel Bautista ×3, kay Bagtok Bugoy, kay Mayora, kay Dan Losada. For the finger heart, thank you very much. At saka for the rose, kay Lynn Cañales ×5 roses. Thank you kay Nelson. Kay Ma'am Joanne for coffee. Nelson ×4. Lenny, thank you very much with the double N yan. Lynn Cañales uli. Vince Marasigan, Christian and Curse 04. Si Christian ×7. Salvador Ekla, Nelson, Lan Ramos, C2. Oops, oh dear. Har. Kay MC, kay JR ×5. Kay Nelson uli ×2. Kay Shian Moore. Kay Nelson, kay C2, kay Ma'am Dalia, kay Har, who is Har? Kay Don Rox, ang dami, teka, kay Ma'am Dalia ×10, kay Nelson ×10, kay Lan Ramos, kay Lansky, kay JR, kay AU Noya, kay Curse 04, kay AU Noya, holy kamote. Okay, kay Mayora, saan yung kay Har? Kay Hans. Okay, Har, with that, for the rose. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Super GI and Jerwin Bendo, thank you very, very much kay JR muli. Okay. Next time, hiwalay ko na talaga ang TikTok. Thank you kay JR ×8 at kay Super GI, kay R. Peterman, kay JR. Okay, and again, multiple times na tinatanong, I'm going to say this once on this live. Sabi ni Bran Moss, Rank Moss, tumambay ka dito ng madalas kasi every time na lang sinasagot namin yung katanungan na yan. Bakit ang convicted sa hukuman na upo pa? Convicted lang siya sa Regional Trial Court. Hindi pa siya convicted by final judgment kasi inappeal niya yung kaso niya. Thank you kay Ma'am Dalia times 10. Sa pag-a-appeal ng isang kaso, hindi yan nagiging final. And you can only be deprived of life, liberty, or property after due process at pag may finality na po yung kaso mo. Otherwise, di ba, bakit pa tayo naghukuman? Bakit pa may appeals? Di ba kung mababaliwala yan? However, in most cases talaga, nakukulong pagka after the Regional Trial Court conviction. Pero you can apply for bail pending appeal. Okay? Pag ginante ng court, di nasa labas ka kahit convicted ka sa Regional Trial Court. Edu ALC, thank you very much. C2, salamat kay Ma'am Dalia uli. Kay Mayora. Kay C2. Kay Ma'am Mayora, kay Harvard, yun, kay Harvard, at kay C2 ulit. Okay? Hindi po ba pwede kasuhan ng OVP si former DepEd Yusek sa kanyang allegedly false testimonies? Thank you kay JR times 3, only if she perjured herself. And the proof of that perjury, well, you have to, that's a criminal case po. Thank you kay JR ulit, with that po yung power hug niya. Thank you very much. Magandang gabi kay Ma'am Marlita Garcia na Banateros. Alfred says, alam na alam ni Attorney VP Sara ang rule of law and in aid of legislation, pati budgeting catcher if you can still vote VP Sara for the incoming President, Duterte pa rin. Okay, pero hindi pa tayo tapos sa explanation. So, the first thing that she mentions that gives us the idea that she's resisting is yung sinabi niya na hindi niya sasagutin yung mga young guns. Ewan ko ba kung why they thought that would be a good idea to call themselves young guns. You know why? Because there's so many allusions towards guns that are not safe for work. Kumbaga. Anong sabi nila? When you have a big gun, it's called compensation. Anyway, and then, or in some instances, when they say you have a small gun, it means, well, never mind. Okay. So, she says that she does not need to answer to these congressmen, but she needs to answer to the 32 million who voted for her. But it's not just the 32 million kasi tinanong naman sa kanya, so, okay, you don't know me, thank you times 2, tsaka kay JR times 3. Thank you rin kay GM. So, ang sinasabi naman niya, nung tinanong during her press conference, tinanong siya na, ma'am, di ba may yung mga loyalists daw na hindi na sila part ng 32 million. Sa akin, wala na yun. Thank you kay Wins Marasigan times 4. Ano yung sagot niya? Well, ang sinasagot niya is she still has that mandate that was given to her. Kahit wala na yung 32 million na yun, kahit yung may nabawasan na sa 32 million na yun, yung mandato ay binigay pa rin by virtue of the vote. So she has no choice but to abide by it. Times 10, Wins Marasigan, thank you. So, thank you uli kay GM. Then next, she mentions about yung impeachment at saka yung two tracks. Impeachment on one end, resignation on the other end. And so again, she mentions that she was given a mandate. And that mandate, kumbaga, she's not going to give up her position because she was placed in office by at least 32 million people. Thank you, kay Delgu. Ano pa yung reason kung bakit iniisip ko, GM, thank you times 2, kung bakit iniisip natin na may resistance na? She mentions another person. Not really a video, but another person. Okay? Sandali lang, magpapasalamat lang ako na overwhelm ako. Thank you kay GM, kay Jello San, kay GM ulit, kay Jello times 5, kay GM times a lot, apparently. Thank you ulit kay GM for like 10 million times. Maraming salamat po. Okay. And thank you ulit kay Ma'am Dalia for power hugs times 10, kay JR Roses times 3, and uli kay GM times like 1 million. All right. So because she mentions another person, na kapag yung isang person na yon, mayroon pang meron siyang sagot doon. Thank you kay Jelasan, kay Divina Columbano at kay Red Dragon. So she said it in such a nice way that some of the media may have missed it. Pero ang sinasabi niya, ito yung sagot. Iniintay niya na magsalita yung tao na yon. Thank you kay Red Dragon. Ang sinasabi niya, may sagot na and parang may video. So, kasi nang tinanong siya, pulburon ba ito? Sabi niya, iba pa yon. So, it points us in a certain direction and towards certain group of people and actually to a certain person. So, marami yung maraming clues doon. What basically she's saying is, okay, you can keep doing this. But if you stray into a certain area, may sagot ako dyan. So what is that? It's not a threat. It's a promise. It's a cause and effect. Pag may nangyaring ganito, may ganitong consequence. Okay? At meron siyang personal knowledge about it. So, para sa akin, yun yung pinaka-interesting, RV, thank you, about her press conference, her Q&A with the media. Thank you kay Leo Imperial at kay GM. Parang ang sinasabi niya, akala niyo ba kayo lang may bala? Meron din ako. At sinasabi niya, thank you kay Yugi, Shu, at saka kay Paul. At ang sinasabi niya, kumbaga, kasi tirahin niyo ako ng tirahin. Pero it doesn't mean that I'm not going to fire back. So, yun ang maganda, di ba? May bala siya. So, and this is for me, very, very interesting. And very, how do you call this? Very woman's touch. Parang, she didn't use, di siya nagmumura, she's not making any loud threats, she wasn't yelling, she wasn't even angry. But she said that look at this one, this is interesting. Huh? So, ito yung masaya pa niyan. She doesn't say that that's the only one. She says, mayroong video. Hindi niya sinabing may isa pa o may ganito. DK Ramsey ×5, thank you. In other words, pag sinabi niya may bala siya, hindi rin niya sinasabi na iisang pouch lang yan. Okay. So yun yung interesting doon. And the nice thing about her is that she's going to push through with that she can supply it. In other words, if it happens, asahan ninyo, may lalabas. She does not make empty promises. Iba si VP Inday sa tatay niya. Si former president, lalaki yan eh. And like any other guy, may bluster yan. Pero yung totoo, may pagkapusong mamon din. Halimbawa, galit siya pagka inaasar siya sa media and all that. But in the end, he never asked the impeachment of against VP Lenny. He did not support it. Yung mga pagkakaso and all of that against former politicians, like yung pagkaso kay former President Noynoy Aquino, could have happened. Maraming issues noon, but ayaw niya. Mas pusong mamon. But here, with VP Inday, the circumstances are totally different. Siya yung tinitira. She helped the president become the president, and there's not even an ounce or an iota of respect. Kaya nga sinasabi niya, we were never friends. It's because she can no longer give them the benefit of the doubt. Nakaramdam siya, nakakita siya, and she has been betrayed in a most grievous manner. So para sa akin, there's a reason kung bakit may statement ngayon si Speaker Martin Romualdez saying na hindi naman natin pwede tanggalan ng buong-buo yung budget ni VP, may importanteng trabaho din naman. Yung iba, bibigay natin sa DSWD kasi lang naman yan, supplemental lang naman yan sa kanila. Pero yung sa we still have to give her a budget, di dapat yan masiro. Sure, as if naman people don't see right through that, di ba? Para naman, yun talaga. Thank you kay Mama Tess ×5, kay RVO ×2, kay JR ×3, kay Bing de Ocampo.
At yun na nga mga kababayan, ano na ang masasabi mo? Kung mayroon kayong hinaing at komento patungkol sa balitang ito, please comment down below. Pag-uusapan natin yan sa comment section. At kung nagustuhan nyo ang video, ay huwag kalimutang mag-like at i-share na din para mas marami pang makaalam at umabot ito sa marami sa ating mga kababayan. Maraming salamat po!